Hey, what's going on? Paul Farmer here, Freedom Project Live. This is episode 182. Freedom Project Live, episode 182. This is where I share with you my journey online, give you marketing tips, give you mindset tips, and whatever else comes up that I feel would be of value to you. Now, recently, I've been doing where I'm sharing my journey with you to $10,000 a month in a specific opportunity I'm doing where I'm getting millionaire mentoring, where I'm getting proven training. Training's been around in effect, been producing big time results for nearly 30 years. So I thought it would be fun, and I thought it would possibly inspire you to watch me go through the process. And again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to end up at. I don't know how long it's going to take. All I'm doing is following along best I can, working on my mindset every day, doing the action steps, and going from there. So today is day 15 since I started recording it on video. And at this point, I've had one $1,000 sale since I've been recording it. But I have been having sales in other opportunities that I do. For example, yesterday I had $520 that came in from something else I do. So by doing the process, income is still coming in. It just may not be right for this opportunity right away because that's building, right? It's compounding. But results are still happening. So that's pretty cool, you know. What's also happening is I'm getting people that are starting to follow along and do what I'm doing as well. And they're out there hustling and making things happen too. So that's exciting. That's exciting. I want to see more of that. So, so that's kind of my report. I'll just break down what I'm doing on a daily basis to grow this thing and to get into momentum. So I do personal development every single day. First thing in the morning, affirmations, I am statements, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am abundant, I am happy, that kind of a thing. I have a video I actually watch every day that I listen to it more than I watch it. I might glance at it a little bit, but it just has a bunch of images of wealth, right? Images of things that are representing wealth. If you want that, I made a playlist actually. I'm more than happy to share it with you if you want that. Just reach out to me. So I do that. I typically listen to at least one training in the morning, at least one. I might do an interview or something like that, like someone that's gone from zero to having major success, going through the program I'm going through, because that really increases belief. And I'm doing, my minimum is 25 connections a day, but I'm doing 75 plus right now a day. And I've been very consistent with that, and things are opening up. Like I said, I got a number of people that say they see the value, they want to get started. They don't have the money. I do have other people that can't wrap their head around it, and they don't see the value, right? They think that it's just something like, oh, well, I already have a mentor over here, but I promise you it's not the same thing. But anyway, beside that, I'm doing a video chronicling what I'm doing, sharing with you the value I'm learning along the way, the concepts I'm learning along the way or have learned during my journey online. I'm coming up on 8 years now. I have been able to earn full-time income and not had to work a job for quite some time now. So, but I haven't been able to hit the numbers I truly want to hit. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going through this mentoring program. It's one of the reasons why I decided to go this route. I have other reasons as well, but it's really something I want to prove to myself, and I want to prove to others. But more than anything, I want to prove to myself that I can do it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. Not to mention all the benefits that come from it. I mean, all the people I can help along the way, my family, my friends, just along the way, by going through this process and by sharing it and coming out the other side on top, and I don't know if I will, but I'm sure I will, because perseverance pays off in the end. You just got to keep going. You got to follow the process, trust the process, right? And so that, I'm sure, is going to inspire some people, get them moving, get them step into their full potential, that kind of thing. So that's really exciting. So what I want to share with you today is something I listened to yesterday by a guy I follow, a mentor of mine, Ray Higdon. And he was talking about, this is really important. Like, if you started building a team, like me, you have a team, and you really want to see your team start producing, this is really an important concept to understand. So there's something, they break it down like this. You have 80%, 15%, 5%. Okay. So, and when I'm talking here is desire level. So 80% of your team, it's really important to understand this. I never understood this before. I wish I had, but I never did. 80% of your team has the desire level to make $0 to $500. So 80%, that's the majority of your team, has the desire level. I'm not saying results, the desire level to make $0 to $500 a month. Okay, and I'll come back to that. 15% has the desire level to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and only 5% has the desire level to make $25,000 plus a month. Only 5%. Now, what do we do? What do we typically do? Well, we typically focus on the 5%, even though that's the smallest number, right? So we typically treat our whole team like they have the desire level of 5%. And the truth of the matter is 80% of them only have the desire level of making $0 to $500. So it's really important to understand that, because if we're coming at our team like, hey, and I really need to work on this. I'll be completely honest, because I have the desire level of a 5%er. That's my desire. I have a great desire, but I got to understand not everybody is that way. I have a hard time comprehending how you would want to make $0. But the thing is, for people, some people just want to be in a community of other people. They just like the community. They just like being around other people because it makes them feel good. So that's really, that's something you have to take into account and you have to understand. So if your message is all about produce, you're going to lose the majority of your team. And if they're paying customers, that's quite a chunk of income you're losing there. So that is definitely something you want to take into account. And that really stood out to me a lot. Another thing that stood out to me a lot, and he did a fantastic training yesterday. He gave this illustration. He's like, so let's say you have built up a team and you're in a place where you're just like, man, my team isn't producing. So you've been going out, you've been producing, right? And I've done this. I'm guilty of this. You've gone out and you've been producing. You're like, okay, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to see what I can do to get my team going. So all of a sudden you start taking your focus off of your production and you start putting your focus on your team's production or lack of production. And then what happens? You stop producing. You put your energy and efforts into getting them to produce, and you start becoming upset because no matter what you do, they're not producing, but you're no longer producing. So you're no longer really showing the way, right? Like, oh, well, he's not producing, so why do I have to produce? So it kind of messes that all up. So what Ray Higgins says to do, and what he says is the best thing you could do for your business to get your team in action is to continue to produce. Focus on your production. If you have people on your team that catch fire, like get inspired by what you're doing and they catch fire, that's a bonus. that's great, but you shouldn't require it. And I just like, wow, that's so powerful. The other thing he said is when you're going through this, and what happens is if your team's not producing and you're just like banging your head against the wall, you're like, what is going on? Why aren't they producing? And you start looking elsewhere. So you'll stop losing. You'll go, oh, you know what? Screw these people. They aren't going to do anything. And you'll start looking elsewhere, and you'll see like maybe there was a new launch of a company, right? And you'll see that these people are like out there. Oh man, my team is just going crazy, and it seems like it's better. And Reagan is like, it's the internet mistress. You know, the internet mistress is going to come along, and it's going to, hey, come on over here. It's better over here. The water's warmer over here. And if it's like a siren, right? If you siren, they lure you in, right? They lure you in. And if you're not careful, what's going to happen is you are going to fall for that trap, and you're going to be back over here in a different company, leaving your team behind. And next thing you know, it's the same thing all over again. But wait a minute, they're having all this success with their team. Why can't I? You know? So he says the very best thing you can do. So if you have a team that isn't producing, the very best thing you can do is continue producing and build a whole new team. Because in the process of building a whole new team, your old team, a number of them are going to notice that you're bringing new people in very frequently. And who knows, they could catch fire. That could inspire them. But when you stop production completely and you put, he's like the eye of Sauron, you know, like going over and focusing on who's not producing, right? When you do that, like people get like they just feel like bad, right? If they feel bad, they're not going to stick around. So I thought it was an excellent training. If anyone saw that, if they're in that group, excellent training. Something I will definitely keep going back to, something I will continue to keep reminding myself, because it's so easy for us to blame other people for not having what we want. It's so easy. Well, if so-and-so would do that, if so-and-so would do that, right? And it's so easy to do that, but we just have to keep producing. You got to be the leader. You got to produce. Other people will follow. So that's my message for today. That's really all I have for today. I do hope you got value. I know I got value from that training. That training was awesome. It's something I needed to hear. I need to hear that probably every 3 months, maybe sooner. I don't know. But you know, stay the course, trust the process, and focus on your production. And you know, you will inspire others to do the same in time. Okay, so that's what I got. Appreciate you. Make it a great day. If you want to learn about the private community I'm a part of, if you want to learn how to close $1,000 sales without any paid ads, click that link right below and go ahead and get started. I look forward to working with you, and I'll see you in the next one.